Well, welcome back, everyone. Listen up, everyone. My next guest has been on with me several times. I have with me Suzanne Ryan, and she's the owner of T&H Financial Coaching. You got to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, why you got into this, and how come it's so important. I happen to know, okay, because I know you now too. Tell everybody what you do.
So what I do is I help people with their personal finances. And how I got started in this is a few years ago. I was just living my life as happy as could be. I was an elementary teacher and I was married, and what happened was I ended up getting divorced, and so I had to figure out my personal finances on my own. And there was not really anyone around that I could ask to help me. I reached out to friends, to family, to professionals in the finance businesses, but there wasn't anyone who could actually help me with my budgeting and creating a personal financial plan. And so I went on a little educational journey and became an expert in the field. And so that's what I do now, is I help people with their personal finances.
Now, let me tell you, there's a lot of people out there right now that, well, if you think no one's on a budget, we know that for sure.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, it's just for everyone. I love the fact that you will help people you anywhere, from anywhere, right?
Yes.
Doesn't matter where you are. You don't have to be divorced, but there's a lot of people who, when you become divorced, whether you're a man or a woman really, you all of a sudden find that you are in a situation where you are in charge of everything. And when we talk about a budget, it's not just a budget. I mean, there's so much more that you do and you help them with. So explain that.
There is so much more. So I help with the complete personal financial picture, and what that means is there's the budgeting, which is personalized for each client's income and expenses and their lifestyle. And I also help them create a plan, and the plan is the foundation of how they are going to budget to reach their goals. So, and part of the goal is to live their life the way they want to today, but also to be saving and investing for their future.
Yeah, it's very important. I think kids, I mean, really should all be doing this at an early age, but a lot of us find that we're almost when it's too late.
I know.
Right? It's almost when it's too late that you find
It's
out.
never too late. We'll go there. But I must say that I was just giving a workshop last week, and the advice I gave to the 20-year-olds was, if you save $100 a month and you invest it starting in your 20s, the odds are really, really good that you'll be a millionaire by the time that you retire.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yes.
And just what'd you say, $100 a month?
It's just $100 a month.
A month. I
Just
think
get
if
started
everybody-
in your 20s, 30s, hey, you got it.
I mean, I'm telling you, a lot of people, no one saves money. We all know it. But let me explain something, too, about her. One day she's going to have her own radio show. I absolutely know that. I hope that's to happen. She is here to help you guys. We're going to open up our lines to the audience. If you want, you can ask a question. I want to talk about this. Do you still do this here?
I still do the free balance and intention session. And the reason I do that is because talking about your personal finances, if they're a little bit cluttered, a little bit messy, unorganized, don't know what to do, people get a little bit embarrassed by that. And so this is actually we just come in, you have a conversation, and I help you figure out what's the next step to take. It might be working with me, but it might be doing something else as well. So yeah, I just want to guide you in the right direction.
Now, this is a free balance and intention session, and you can call her direct. She works with anyone, anywhere. Her phone number direct, it's 480-353-9849. Her website is tandhfinancialcoaching.com. And if it's okay with you, I'd like to open up lines number here too. If it's okay,
Absolutely.
because it's important. I love people. I know if you want to call in, this is information, but let me tell you, all the people that call in, I'm going to get you connected with her. It's so important for us to, especially us women that don't know what we're doing. A lot of us had happens to us, and we know it. We know what we're talking about. The number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Today you said you want to talk about the Brave budget. I can't wait to talk. She's excited, guys.
I'm so excited, Carol.
Let me talk to me about it.
Okay, so the Brave budget is a strategy. So it's the Brave budget strategy. And this is how I work with all my clients. And what it is it's balanced, it's reliable, it's abundant, versatile, and easy.
Wow.
And I can explain each one if you'd like.
I would. I
Okay.
absolutely would. That's what we're going to do today. This is 101 in the Brave budget.
Yes.
And what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like we're in a class right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Here we go.
So, okay,
Yes.
ready to go.
So the Brave budget actually is, as you know, I'm a teacher, and so.
She
and-
loves visuals, and I love what she printed
right.
out. It's so perfect. Go ahead.
But the thing is that the Brave budget can only be found at T&H Financial Coaching. It's not found anywhere else.
That's because she created it,
Yes.
and so no one else has it. We're going to get everyone entered
All
in to
right.
win one. Go ahead.
Here we go. So Brave budget. B is for balanced. That means that we want your income to equal your spending and your saving. And that's pretty easy to do. What we found is that
How come no one does it?
well, they just don't have the plan.
Right.
So they really do need the plan.
Okay.
So the big thing there is that the income that you want to use is the income that is from your net income. So it's the take-home pay that you are going to use your budgeting with. I find a lot of people are making the mistake of using their gross income, the big number, not after the deduction. So we only want to use the deductions. And that is, if you have 100% of your net income, then what you want to do, according to the Brave budget strategy, is you want to spend about 70% of that, and you want to save 30%. So that's it in a nutshell. And we can go into the expense. The expenses are the harder part, and so we can go into those as well.
So when you work with somebody, okay, the first thing you got to do is find out, obviously you have to find out how much they make and what their take-home
Their
pay
take-home
is.
pay is.
Right.
Yep, that's called net income.
How
take-home pay.
important is it for people who own their own business, okay? Because a lot of people do now, and a lot of people have two businesses. What do those people do? They got to figure out 2 times what they're making, right?
Exactly. And so what I find is they don't have a plan or a strategy. Money just keeps coming in and money keeps flowing out, and they're never actually ahead. They spend or...
Welcome to my world.
Yeah. Mine too sometimes, but
Yeah.
no, wait, I'm sorry. Never.
Okay.
No, I'm kidding. Anyway, so...
Well, even
yeah.
though you do what you do, there are times when we do what we do in life, you know?
Right. And so when you are when you have a balanced budget, it gives you the ability to save money, but it also gives you the ability to balance your life. Because if you have that balance going on in your finances, that means you're spending on things that you think are important. So I have clients who spend a little bit more on their housing because it's important to them, and then they spend less on their vehicle. I have a woman client she just doesn't really care about her cars that much, but she really likes to have her house very nice.
Well, you know what?
Yeah.
I love that. And what I think what you're all about is balance
It's
for everybody.
balance.
So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that because you're working with her that you're now not going to be spending money. She says it's okay. You've said that
Oh,
before.
absolutely. I also have one of my favorite clients is a young man who loves his truck, and he tricks out his truck and spends money on his truck, but he doesn't care that much about his house. He's just not that into his house. So he's not spending money there. He's going out with his friends. He's doing his thing with his truck. And he's enjoying his life, but he's also balanced in that he's saving enough money.
Because he knows what he's doing with it.
Yep.
He knows where it's going and where it's coming, and that's where this
Yep.
Brave budget comes in.
Absolutely.
Brave stands for balanced, reliable, abundant, versatile, and easy for anyone to do.
Absolutely.
So what we've got is everyone's getting entered into, well, we're going to give everyone this. It's a balance and intention session. That's how long? Is it a 1-hour session? I forgot. I don't
Half
remember.
hour.
It's a half-hour session with her to find out exactly where it is that you are, and then you can go from there. If it's you or someone you know, I love this. I think everyone should really sit down and talk to you. We all know, we've all been there where at the end of the year, we say, where did it all go? Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the number to call her direct, it's 480-535-9849. Her website is tandhfinancialcoaching.com. You can call in here and everyone's going to get, well, we're going to give it to you. It's a 30-minute balance and intention session. Our number here is 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. Welcome back, everyone. financial coaching. We were just listening to your ad, and I have to say, I believe that anyone that's listening, whether you're a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. We all have financial issues. I do see, though, probably women resonate with you, probably they do, but you know, anybody can find themselves that they could use some guidance, and that's what this is. But what I love about Suzanne is that she is not talking about you know, saving your money so that you're penny pinching every little thing. It's really not about that. She's all about balance and having you enjoy your life, but showing you how you can put money away so that you have money for your retirement, money to do the things that you want to do, and live responsibly, which is what we're sort of talking about, which is another good word for that one.
Yeah.
But we've got our lines open here, and everyone's getting, well, we're going to give it to everyone. I keep on saying that. But we're going to give it to everyone. It's a balance and intention session. It's a 30-minute free session that you find out where you are first. And that's what everybody is. You've got to start with a conversation. It's a conversation to start with where you're at. No one's going to get hurt by it. Just find out where you're at, and then you can decide what you want to do. You can either call her direct at 480-353-9849. Check her out on her website. It is tnhfinancialcoaching.com, or call in here, and our number here is 602-277-5369. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about this, the Brave budget that you've been talking about, which I love. And I love that she's visual, and I love that she's a teacher, so the way that she does it, you will understand.
So the cool thing about the Brave budget is that it gives you the courage in order to change your life. So when you have a budget and you have a financial plan for how you want to move forward in your life and what you want to do with your life, it transforms what you do, because underneath everything that you do is your finances. Your finances
It's everything.
It supports your housing, it supports your transportation, your education, going out with your friends. Everything costs money. And so with the Brave budget, it gives you the courage to balance what you're doing with today and with tomorrow. You're still loving your life, and you're still saving for tomorrow. So it's absolutely transformed my clients.
Oh, I love that. And we have our lines open here for everyone to get that balance and intention session. Start off with that. Just start off with the conversation. 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. What's reliable mean?
Okay, so reliable means if you're actually following your budget, you are saving 30% of your money. That means that you have like a rainy day fund. You have some cash laying around the house that you can access if you need to. You also have an emergency fund, and so that means that if you or your wife or your partner,
Your child.
but let's
They
say
do get, that's what it's all about, though, because that's where the
Yeah.
money goes most when you have children.
it's true. So the emergency fund is for if some big thing happens to you, okay? So you get laid off from your job, or maybe you get sick and you can't work for a couple weeks or a
Right.
couple months or whatever. That emergency fund is there, and it's waiting just in case. It's an insurance policy just with cash, waiting to see, or waiting for you if something bad happens. And
When
so-
you start off with doing this, obviously everybody
Yeah.
has to start with the beginning.
Yes.
Okay. How long does it take for them to get into the groove? How do you, when you're working with your clients? Because,
Yeah.
it's hard in the beginning to start
is.
something.
It is. So what we do is we meet 2 times a month, and that seems to be a very nice, gives us enough time to get used to each new little step that goes along the way.
Right.
And so I don't like dump on my clients. We just do step by step until they've got it down, and then we move on to the next step. And so like saving for the emergency fund, they might be doing that at the same time as they are opening up a Roth IRA, then saving for their future. And maybe when they're not putting, all of their savings into one, but they're starting both. And so they're getting into the habit of doing both.
Right.
Yeah. So
And that's what it is.
Yeah.
It's starting a habit.
Mhm.
But it's wonderful to have somebody that actually shows you how to do it.
Mhm.
And when you have a plan and it's all out like this, when it's in writing and it's in color and you've got all these things out there, when you can really understand it, it makes it so much easier to do.
The idea behind easy is, if it's not easy, you're not going to do it. And I have clients that come to me and they have everything on an Excel spreadsheet, and that's really, really great. They have an Excel spreadsheet.
It looks cool.
It looks pretty cool, and it takes a lot of time, and it's a lot of effort, and I love them for doing it. However, it's not a plan. It's just data on paper, so it's not their actual plan. So we create an actual plan for them to follow that is personalized for them.
Right, that's what I was just gonna say. Each person has to have a personalized plan because no two people have the same.
Nope, they
money
don't.
or any, there's no
Yeah.
way.
Yeah.
So we've got our lines open here, and I'm gonna keep the lines open for everybody to keep on calling in. It's a balance and intention session. It's fabulous. I think that everybody should have it. I really, really do. It's a conversation that you're gonna have. Whether you're a man or a woman or a child, everybody needs to learn how to take care of their finances, because when you don't, you always fall back on being sorry for it, right?
That is true. If you're not, well, if you're a Boy Scout or Girl Scout, what are you? You learn to be prepared, and basically that's what budgeting does for you.
Right, and there's a lot of women out there that have been divorced, or man or woman, doesn't really matter, and all of a sudden you turn around and, you never were taking care of the finances. How about people like me, started a job and just kept on working and working and working and working, just has it all, whatever out there. It's just a conglomeration of everything. And then you turn around and you say, well, how do I now make sense of it so that you can you do the right thing so that you are saving properly. Saving and saving properly are two different things, because saving just for that vacation has nothing to do with the other things that she suggests you have.
That is true. So there are different buckets for saving. And so saving for a vacation, I call like a big ticket item. So saving for a vacation, saving for your new car, because your car only lasts so long, your vehicle, and maybe saving for that house. So that's the big ticket saving. And you definitely want to save for those big ticket items, because you don't want to be paying everybody interest.
So out of that
Yeah.
30%, because when you start talking like that, now you're
Yeah.
thinking, okay, now
How do I do
30%,
that?
how do I do that? So little bits and pieces
It
go
starts
here,
with little bits and pieces, but what I find is that the key to saving money is to actually be paying off your debt. If you pay off your debt, it frees up so much money in your income that you can apply towards saving for the new things in your life.
Right. And how about people that have those credit cards right and left too? Are we using those, or what are we doing? Are we paying off those too, Mom?
Well, actually, we're not. So as a nation, credit card debt has gone up, and the interest that Americans pay to the credit card companies has also gone up. So it's money that's going to the big banks and the credit card companies, not into your pocket. So we want to change that up. And so here's kind of my rule of thumb. If you have two consumer debts, so you have a credit card and you have, well, let's say you even have just two credit cards and you don't pay them off every month, so they kind of roll over, give me a call. Set up that free balance and intention session, because you're paying too much money to the credit card companies.
Now the phone number to call her direct, excuse me, is 480-353-9849. You can call in here, start off with the balance and intention session. Start off with that. It's free, and it's 30 minutes, and our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. We have 2 minutes. Go. Say what you want to talk about. It's a long time, actually. Go ahead.
It is a long time to talk, because I listen to my clients more than I talk. Actually, so what I want to suggest is that if you are in the same place financially that you were last month, and you were the month before, or you were last year, then what I really want you to do is think about applying the Brave Budget strategy, so that next month and next year you're in a much better place.
That sounds awesome. I mean, wouldn't everybody love that? And the only way you can do that is by calling her, because she can help. Start off with that balance and intention session. She can talk to you and find out where you are, because everybody's different. That's what you need to do, is find out where you are, how much money, and it's nothing to be embarrassed about. That's another thing. I want to make that clear for everybody.
That is so true. And Carol, I also work with couples. And so I know we're talking about, men and women,
Right.
but I also work with couples, and I help couples apply the Brave Budget to their
The family.
the family finances. So we're including the kids and everybody and allowance and
Let me tell you how
everything
much
like that.
easier, when you have something like this in place,
Yeah,
it
it's
makes
so
it
much
so
easier.
much
Yeah.
easier. It really does.
Yeah. And then the couples get on the same page, and it's just so much easier to live together.
How about
and
older
have the
folks?
same goals.
Like older folks that lost their husbands and they've
Yes,
been, you know.
yeah, I have some clients who are like in their 70s, and I'm just helping them along. It's
Hey.
wonderful.
The number to call her direct, it is 480-353-9849. Keep on calling here. I'm going to let you keep on calling throughout the rest of the show. It's for this 30-minute free balance and intention session. Everyone's getting it. Our number here, 602-277-5369. Toll free, it's 1-866-536-1100. I love her. She's going to have a radio show soon one day where she can help everyone right out there in the world, in radio land. The website is tnhfinancialcoaching.com.